Hey everybody, welcome back to Average Joe's. I got a question on the comments the other day is why would I give a score of all these great aromas and all these tastes a 3.6 or 3.4 out of 5? Well, let me tell you how I do it. Do I pull it out of the air? Absolutely not. There's a method to the madness, and let me explain to you the madness and the method behind what I do. So, let's go. Let's start from the beginning. Okay, first off, I got a brand new bottle. Buffalo Trace, just unwrapped it. Give it a little cork pop. Put it in a glass. I'm going to cap it. And I'm going to set it back on the shelf. I'm going to go ahead and taste it. Do whatever. But I'm not going to score it. Why am I not going to score it? When I set that on the shelf, it's got a little bit of air in it and it's going to open up. And as it opens up, it's going to develop the flavors and it's going to develop the taste a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. So, you can do a neck pour, which is when you first crack a bottle and you get the pour right out of the gate, and you can kind of do a sampling of it. But I don't think you're going to get the best aromas. You're not going to get the best flavors out of that. So first thing I do right out the gate, step one, crack the bottle, put it in a glass, go ahead and taste it, set it on the shelf, let it sit for a couple days, a couple weeks. Standard 2 weeks for me. Always 2 weeks. Why? I don't know. It just seems to work for me. So set it on the shelf for 2 weeks. Then what's next? Okay, well, I then get it off the shelf, take it down, pour me a little glass, and then start my sampling. How do I do that? I got a little book. Remember me talking about this little book? This little book has got all kinds of different ways that I can check distillers, I can check off aromas, I can check off color, clarity, how it's made, where it's made, nose, palate, and so forth. So I mark all that down in my book as I'm tasting it. What do I smell? The complexities of it. Does it burn? How much proof? So forth. So right before me, I have something I've scored as a 2.6, something I've scored as a 3.2, something I've scored as a 4.2. Now, out of a 5 scale, what does that mean? So in the back of my little book here, I have my own grading scale, and it's a 0 to 1 is a garbage, not palatable. Okay, you can imagine what that tastes like. A 1.1 to a 2 is a blender, something you can blend only, like a Jack Daniels, and a mix only. That's a 0 to a 2. A 1.1 to a 2 is what that is for me. A 2.1, it's not my jam. It's sippable, but you can also use it as a mixer. So 2.1 to 3 it's okay, but I generally don't want to drink it straight. I'll just mix it. 3.1 to a 4. Now, that's good. 3.1 to great, 3.9. So if I give it a 3.6, it's a good score. It's almost a great score. So it's still a good score. So if I say it's got this, but it's not, the complexity of it is not quite where I feel like it should be at a 4. 4.1 to a 5, what's that? That's some of the best that I've ever tasted in my lifespan. I haven't tasted a whole lot of great bourbons, but I have given this one 4.2 because to me it's a very, very great bourbon. Some of the best I've ever rated. Special occasions only. Something I'm only going to open up when somebody's like, hey man, I haven't had a great bourbon in a long time. Man, let me show you something I got here. Or I'm going to share it with a friend, somebody who's a fellow bourbon enthusiast. I'm going to send it to them. And I'm going to let them kind of get the experience I have. Now, where does this all come down to? Now, there's another part to this. Everybody's palate is different. I tend to lean towards cherries and caramels and vanillas and flavors like that. And some people like rye, some people like spice, some like cinnamon. I don't like that. Okay, I tend to lean towards the more not super syrupy sweet, but I like a little bit of proof. I like higher proof bourbons. Nothing that burns though, something that you can drink that you can really get the concentrated flavors. Second of all, I like the sweeter flavors. So if my palate is kind of the same as your palate, then what I'm saying, you can generally say, hey, you know what? I kind of like what the average Joe's got, so maybe I'm going to try what he's trying. But if you like rye and you like spices, you like cinnamons, I am probably going to give it a crap score. That's just the way it is. So, sorry, but everybody's got a different palate. So that's something else you got to kind of think about into this. So if you're following a YouTuber, if you're following them really closely, kind of figure out what they want, kind of figure out what their flavor profiles are. Get you kind of a different array and say, hey, you know what? I kind of like this guy's flavor profile. I like Average Joe's flavor profile, so I'm going to kind of follow these guys. And that's kind of what I did, and that's kind of how I found out what I like to buy. Now, what makes this a 4.2? So this one right here has got a ton of complexity to it. This one I've got written in my notes is caramel, plum, wood, vanilla, dark sweets, spearmint, mixed nuts, and it just goes on and on. This thing here just delivers complexity, complexity. Every time you stick your nose in this glass, it gives you something different. That is what makes it a great bourbon to Average Joe. Chris, that's my name. So, taste. When I taste this bourbon, I get caramels, I get ice cream, I get spice, I get peanut butter, I get sweets, I get mixed nuts. This is 126 proof. And it's not burning. It's a little bit warm, but it's just very concentrated flavors. That's what makes this a 4.2. Now, most people's favorites, Eagle Rare. Why did I give this a 3.2? Well, first off, it's got a profile that it's not really my thing, okay? So, Eagle Rare, right out of the gate, bananas. It smells like you walked up to a banana tree and smelled a banana tree. I'm not a big banana fan, so banana, vanilla wafers, and pudding. That's kind of what I get. And those are great smells. But it kind of ends with that. I only get banana, vanilla wafers, and pudding. It's not super complex. It's good, not super complex. Palate, bananas, a little orange peel, a little oak. It's good. It's good. 3.2, it's good to great. Is it in my flavor profile? No. Is it complex? Absolutely not. Is it a good bourbon for 60 bucks? Sure. Is it a good bourbon for 40 bucks? Sure. Can you get it for 40, 60 bucks? I can't. That's a $100 bourbon all day long around my place, so whatever your flavor profile says. If you like bananas, you like puddings, you like more simplistic things, I would buy it. For $30, $40, I would absolutely put it on my bar. I have it on my bar because I really wanted to taste it, and I got a pretty good deal on it, so I bought it. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. Because the more flavors you can taste, the wider you get your flavor profiles, the more you can say, hey, I don't like rye, I don't like banana, I don't like this or like that. You kind of concentrate what your flavor profiles are, and you can kind of get that down to your favorite bourbons. Now, 3.2. Now, why does this make this a 2.6? Is it a horrible bourbon? It's not a horrible bourbon. So, why is this a 2.6? Fresh sawn oak. Okay, that's not bad. Get maybe a light caramel out of it, but maybe char, but that's about it. Slight oak. It's a little sweetness in it. Kind of get a little grass on it. That's it. It's a good? Sure. It's 100 proof. Does it burn? Absolutely not. It goes down really easy. But it has like no complexity to it. So, to me, it's somewhere between that sippable and mixer. Can I drink it straight? Sure. Can I add it to a Coke or a Pepsi or to whatever I wanted and make a little bit of a mixed drink? I could do that. Sure. I can mix cocktails with that, and I'd be fine with that. Would I mix cocktails with this? Not on your life, because I like this. This, I could mix a cocktail with that. I don't have a problem with that. This, sure, I could make an old fashioned with that. I would like an old fashioned. That would go good. This, I could do a mixer, no problem. It didn't cost that much. It was a gift. Thank you to my son who bought it for me. But I still like it. Now, what's it come down to? So, you got to have a book. I have a book. I take all my notes in it. I take a taste test. I kind of put them all into that category. And that is how I kind of come up with my scores. Now, something I appreciate. I appreciate comments. I appreciate you guys giving me thumbs up. I appreciate you guys subscribing to me. I appreciate all that stuff because it helps my channel and it helps me kind of get up and kind of gets me going, you know, to something I have a passion for. And I'm talking to everybody who's got a passion out there for the bourbon world. Kind of consider us a little community, something we just want to kind of get back and kind of relax and kind of see what we each other like. And that's what I'm kind of passionate about. So this is how I score stuff. If you got any comments or any kind of questions, please put it in the comment section. I'm going to knock one of these over eventually because I'm kind of tight on space here. So anyway, please leave your comments. I read all of them and I love them. You know, as long as they're great and useful and, you know, something I can use. But I did promise the person who did write that I was going to do a video on this. So I hope that explains to you of how I come up with these scores and why I do score what I do. So if you have any comments, please do it. Please subscribe. Please like. Thank you and have a great day.